Hey guys, it is very early in the morning. It's 7:30. I haven't been awake that long, but I need to address something before I get started on today's video. Um, as some of you may have seen, I did a reaction for that Black Mirror episode. I think it was the day before yesterday on request. And most of you seem to have liked it. I've never gotten as many comments as I did on that video, which is great. I'm so glad you guys are communicating with me. However, this morning, the reason I woke up so early is because my phone was going off. Somebody sent me 3 different messages on that video alone, and all 3 of them were quite hateful. 2 of them were fat shaming, attacks on me personally, and the other one said something extremely derogatory about African Americans and the show, and I'm not going to repeat it because it was offensive, and I don't believe in that kind of thing. Since then, I have taken steps to report cyberbullying, and also I've blocked this person. So I don't know if you can still see them, but I can't. I don't put up with that shit on my channel. If you want to be negative, you have one opportunity to do it, and then you're gone. That's just how I work. I don't like it. I've had enough negativity in my life that if I see it, it's gone. Anyway, I brought this up today because if you see something that I'm doing, it's fine. If you want to say something, if you want to say, I really don't like the way you're doing this, or could you try to do this instead, or when you're doing that, it's kind of annoying. That's fine. I respect constructive criticism. What I don't like is out and out hatred, being cruel for the sake of being cruel. That has no place in my life. So he's gone. I can move on now that I have talked about this for so long, but I just wanted to explain my thoughts. It's not that you can't talk to me or that you can't voice an opinion. It's just I don't like hate. I don't like any of my social media. I don't put up with it on Twitter. I don't put up with it on Tumblr or Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or any of those things. If you come at me with it, you will be gone. Okay, I just wanted to say that. What else? Okay, so today I know it's said in the schedule that for the Carmilla flashback episodes, we were doing episodes 11 through 15, but a couple of them are really short. There's like a 2-minute episode, and so I thought I could make the video a bit longer and help us get through season 1 faster by doing episodes 11 through 20. Plus, there's a couple in this stretch that are a bit more fun than others. So if it goes long, I'm sorry. Episode 11 is called A Visit from... I feel like I've watched these. Hang on a second. Okay, I'm back. I have, in fact, watched some of these. So we're going to do a shorter version after all. It's going to be episode 16 through episode 20. I could have sworn I had watched that before. All right, cool. So, 16's fun. Cool. All right, 16. Best laid plans. All right, let me. Here we go.
Okay, explain to me again how offering yourself as bait to your blood-sucking roommate is not the worst plan
Oh, shut
ever
up, Danny.
devised by womankind.
You think I'm excited about it? We have been following her for a week and we still have no idea how or where
There's
she's
so
taking these
much
girls. And
in this shot that I
Black
love.
Plan's the only one
Like
we've got.
Sharon
The
being
fact that
way
her
back,
plan is her only plan,
way
not
over
really
there.
I'm sorry,
So
are we
she can
still
fit in the
really talking
frame.
about all of this as though a vampire
And the weapons.
is really more likely than, I don't know, just some guy putting something in girls' drinks?
We don't know she isn't doing that too.
You guys know that I can hear you, right? Maybe instead of peanut gallerying, you can help me figure out how we trap a vampire?
Peanut gallerying.
How do we
As
feel
Elise
about
said, she didn't know that was a
Probably
word.
not. Side note, you planning on invading a bear sanctuary?
My dad's really into personal
I
protection.
can see that.
There's fair.
This is not working.
A coat hanger,
How do
really?
do this
Good?
without an army, and I don't have an army in my back pocket, do you?
Hey Laura, Laura's friends.
Score it.
We came to invite you to the Peace Osberg's luau that's happening
A straight Natalie.
because, you know, peace was, after all, your idea. And, hey, maybe we can talk a bit about the pod people stuff, because this isn't pre-party drinking anymore. She's been like this all week, which is cool, but, you know, there's only so much top 40 a dude can take.
Yeah, about that. If we were to try to catch the person responsible for taking the girls, would the Zetas want in on that?
Do you think you know who's behind it?
Oh, we totally want him. We're honor bound to pound that guy.
Dude, pound that guy, really?
And how many of you are there again? I know. I'm betting most of you are about as psyched as Danny that I've enlisted the Zetas for help. They may be jerks, but when you're about to become a live vampire bait, suddenly having an army full of mesomorphs on your side doesn't sound so bad. Which leads
I'm
us
noticing
to
so
the
many
more savory
different
section of our
things
plan.
now that I'm rewatching
Part where I
this.
somehow, who knows how, lure Carmilla into our trap. What would Mina Harker do?
She didn't know who Mina Harker was either,
Get bitten.
which
Mina Harker
surprised
would totally
me.
try and act all alluring to the blood-sucking fiend and totally get bitten. Let's not do that.
Oh, Elise.
Black is a bit and terrible.
Hey.
You're here.
Been here a while. Another bad dream?
Yeah. What are you doing up?
Looking at the stars.
Oh.
It's comforting to think how small we are in comparison. All the lives we've led, people we've been. Nothing to that light.
You are definitely a philosophy major.
Right now, I think your subconscious is telling you to quit web journalism and finish your overdue lit paper.
What?
You were dreaming about your Kipling reading.
God, her voice.
Black as the pit and terrible as the night was Bagheera. I always loved that. It's beautiful.
Or, you know, terrifying because you're a giant black cat. So, there's this party tomorrow night that the Zetas are throwing, and I was thinking since we got off to a rough start as roommates that we could go together. You know, maybe hang out for a while there. Look at the stars.
I think I might like that very much.
Oh, Carm.
Okay, so tomorrow then.
Yeah,
Oops, got nervous.
tomorrow.
Oh. Right. It's season 17, really? I wish we had 17 seasons. It's season 1, episode 17. It's a trap. This is the one I like. Woo!
Behold, vampire bait. Yeah. Danny took one look and said, "You look like you're about to flee your brooding lover across the moors." Which is
Well-
accurate. The fluffy sleeve thing's not the brooding lover thing, that's not a thing.
Yet.
So, the plan is to hit the luau, hang for a while, roast some marshmallows, lure Carmilla away so that Danny and the Zetas can grab her. Not end up digested in the process. Fingers crossed on that last part.
Don't you look like a virgin sacrifice?
I'm not the one in a corset, which... wow. Also, what is happening there?
Well, the more I thought about a bonfire with those lackwits, the less interested I was. Party should be a shimmering moment of possibility.
Oh, Carmilla.
Roots around a piece of flaming driftwood. So, I brought the party here.
The party being dancing in the hallway and ludicrously expensive champagne. Where did you even find that?
Screw top
I have
bottle.
my methods. They served champagne at the first party I ever attended.
Say that like it was 100 years ago.
300?
Feels like more than that.
Yeah.
Like something seen underwater from a great distance. Oh God, I'm a nostalgic idiot tonight. You're not wearing your charm.
Oh, yes, it just didn't go with my outfit.
You shouldn't have taken it off. It's
Oh,
not gonna
Laura.
work if you're not wearing it.
Oh, I'll be sure to tie on my cool Batwing bracelet first thing.
If you didn't like it, you could have just said something.
No, I totally liked it. It was really nice of you to think of me.
What are you doing?
Just texting Danny and the girls, seeing if maybe they want to join. Hey.
Maybe I don't feel like sharing you right now.
That'd sound more flattering if it didn't make me sound like a canapé.
Oh god, this is so awkward.
my goodness.
Why do I like this episode? It's so awkward.
Entirely too tightly wound.
That's also true.
Such a cliche. I ought to know better.
Gee, thanks.
And yet, there's something about you.
Maybe it's my keen fashion sense.
That's not it.
No, it's definitely not that.
You! Get away from her!
Oh! Ruh-roh.
Vampire?
Aw,
Captured.
Carmilla.
Even
Okay,
though I was
you know what
unable
this
to
reminds
take
me
the
of?
unbelievably lucky
So
series of
much.
events,
And
Danny got worried
we
about
know
my
they take a
brains
lot
and
from
needed to jump.
Buffy, but
Thanks.
it
How's your eye?
reminds me
I don't
of
know what you're saying.
when
Also, I got my head smashed into a table.
they kept Spike in the bathtub.
I can't believe they went back to the party.
Bumps and
They wanted
bruises
information.
and the dubious legality of holding someone hostage.
And so they
Room
withheld
aside,
blood.
I think this is cause for a little celebration, guys. We did
It's
it.
like the same thing, except she's
And now
tied to a
that her
chair and
reign
he
of
was in a
terror
bathtub.
and flirting is over. We'll
And he
unfold
actually
and
had-
Natalie will find
well,
Betty and-
She has the information too, I guess.
What was that? We caught her fair and square. There is not allowed to be some new horrible thing.
Laura, you gotta come quick. It's SJ and Natalie. I think somebody's trying to take them. I can't find Natalie, and I think she's dead.
But yeah, that's what it reminds me of so much. Except that Spike went to them willingly. You know, he probably figured they would tie him up. And Carmilla was lured into a trap. So, yeah. Okay. Episode 18 is called While You Weren't Watching.
I don't understand. We caught her. This shouldn't be happening. Natalie shouldn't be missing, and Sarah Jane shouldn't be.
Well, you're right. These stupid cards were there in both their dorms.
And I took a bunch of samples. We'll figure out what the sludge is.
It looks like the plan was to take both of them, so maybe what happened to Sarah Jane was next.
It's so hard for them to like
What?
get all these people in one shot when they were
all
filming
watching
in the
fire
dorm.
from the third floor balcony.
There's so many.
And
It's
she's
so
asking me to go
small.
to the party. And I kept telling her, babe, we're at the party. And then we noticed Natalie went missing, and everyone went to look for her, except SJ, because, well, I was worried about her, so I told her to stay put, and I locked the door, and she should have been safe. Then we heard her scream. And then they must have tried to take her, and then she must have fallen. Hey, why'd you do that to her, huh? What did she ever do to
She
you?
wasn't there, okay? She wasn't there.
Thanks so much, Psycho. I'm gonna, times like these, the dude needs to be with his bros.
Oh my god.
Aww.
This is such a mess. What are we gonna do now?
Crap.
Yeah, that is a dilemma.
This day just keeps getting better and better.
Well, maybe if you didn't kidnap
kidnap anyone to
vampires
begin with.
without knowing
No, she
things,
still might be involved.
Also, and I'm just throwing this out there, but it took like 8 people to subdue her, and she seems kind of angry.
Right, definitely not untying angry vampire.
she's still holding a grudge a year later.
Dorm room more. I mean, I know this is Silas, but somebody is bound to notice if you keep a girl trussed up in here for God knows how long.
You really think that, huh? I could take her to the bio lab. I'm sure there's all sorts of things we could figure out through some minimum.
This is
invasive
not
probing.
cool. Let her go.
Questionnaire.
We could take her to the summer.
How does that
society
make them any better?
Search 'em in the back.
No, she's our only lead. She stays exactly where she is until she tells us what's going on and how she's involved. If we get caught, you guys can just blame me. The worst thing that they can do is expel me, and by comparison, that's not seeming so dire.
It'll seem dire once I start your tribunal.
Wait, what now?
You really need to read your student handbook.
Okay, no, focus. If we're gonna break her,
Like she
we need to
can't
go
hear
the hell
through
up.
Perry's hands,
United
please.
front. No mercy.
She's a vampire.
All right, vampire. We know that you've been stalking those girls, and we know that you're a
Okay,
vampire.
Andrew.
So the sooner you fess up and tell us what's going on, the better this is going to go for you, because we have got a spatula and a stapler, and we are not afraid to use them, so you better start singing.
Really?
Laura, she's still got the.
Oh, right. Maybe this will get you talking.
Nope.
So, spill. How do 2 more girls end up kidnapped and murdered? We've got you tied up here.
Because I didn't do it, you dimwits.
I mean, that is a valid explanation and also accurate. Okay, 19. Advanced interrogation. Well then, alright.
You cannot seriously think that we're dumb enough to believe you're innocent just
Yes.
because you say so.
Yeah, because that seems like a stretch. Look, if I were really a vampire, would I just stay here tied up, proclaiming my innocence as some sort of trick?
Yeah, that's completely exactly what a vampire would do. We have like 40 hours of video documentation. Bet you wish you'd watched
Only
my
if you were a
project
smart
now, huh?
vampire, you would. The dumb ones
Fine.
would just bust through.
So I'm a vampire. But I couldn't have made off with either of the 2 cupcakes because I was here with you, and then I was here being ambushed by toddlers the whole time.
Well, maybe you have some kind of vampiric accomplice.
Do I strike you as the type of person who plays well with others?
Well, if you weren't snacking on co-eds, what were you doing following them around at parties?
I'm a popular girl. I get a lot of invitations. Not everyone has to resort to Bush League investigative journalism to get their kicks.
You're a vampire!
Yeah, but not a kidnapper.
And
She's got
don't
us
be
there.
speciesist, Laura.
Something diabolical just because she's.
An undead fiend from the pits of hell?
I'm from Eastern Europe. Potato, potato.
Oh, hey, yeah, we're actually good for beer shots right now, but thanks for thinking of us. What? No, we're rehearsing a skit.
Yeah, the torture scene from Arsenic and Old Lace.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's a torture scene. Want more info? Buy tickets. Okay. As much as I appreciate that we have this whole hysterical vampire thing going on, I think it's time that we just de-escalate.
De-escalate? She just admitted to being a vampire.
I know. And that's insane. So maybe she's just insane, and instead of holding her here hostage, we should take her to student health
Stop
services.
being
No,
speciesist,
no, no.
Laura.
Precaution of straight
Her being a
jackets and
vampire
jackets.
doesn't mean she kidnapped people.
Well, what other option do we have? Sit here tied up, watching her every second? Starving her until she confesses?
And this is where the Spike comes in again.
Welcome to day 9.
Starving her till she confesses. That's what they did to Spike. They starved him until he gave them information.
We'll totally give her this.
Which he never did, and they fed him anyway, but...
Ugh, I swear.
And they didn't feed her until she started having a fucking seizure.
Hey. No, Carmilla's not here right now.
Look at her.
She have tickets to some
Look at my
angry
baby!
existentialist
She's
punk rock
so
fight club
weak!
thing. You know how she
And
is.
she's seizing!
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm sure
Laura,
she's
get the
totally
fuck
gonna
away
try
from
to
the
get back.
door!
Okay. Bye.
There's a seizing
I swear,
vampire
one more
in
of
your dorm room.
broken-hearted study buddies comes knocking at the
Go,
door and starts
go.
stalking them like cats. Carmilla, no, please don't die, you stupid vampire. Here, look, I've got blood.
Oh, God. The blood looked like V8, by the way.
Oh, thank God.
Damn it.
Do you want some more?
She's so pale.
Fine.
Her voice is shaking.
Where'd you get that?
We figured we might need some leverage, so LaFontaine got it from the campus hospital. She told him it was for an experiment about hemophagy.
She.
Got a little something
So,
right.
this
What?
is before Laugh has
Experience of
defined
being
pronouns.
picked up by a clutch
to
of
them.
pencils for something I didn't even have the pleasure of doing. It's humiliating enough without having you wipe me up like a dribbling child.
Look, if you really want me to believe that you didn't do it, you have got to explain what you were doing at those parties. Because the night that we caught you, it sure looked like you were about to eat me.
Wait, you thought that was me
Well-
trying to eat you?
Well, if you weren't trying to eat me, then what were you trying to...
Oh, Laura, you're so dumb.
Oh.
And the penny drops.
So when you were hitting on me, you were really hitting on me.
Yes, and you were luring me into a trap. Could you just take me now? Because I think that would be less mortifying than this conversation.
Wow.
Oh,
that
poor
is...
Carmilla. That is
Okay,
rough.
Even if I was to believe you, that still doesn't explain what you were doing at the parties and how you know all the missing girls. If you want us to trust you, you have got to tell us your side of the story.
My side of the story. Alright then, buckle up, Cream Puff. We're gonna be in for a long night. You know, Wednesday afternoon.
Okay, why is it just sitting there staring at the screen? I don't know. Oh, last one for today, anyways. Last one for October. Whoa. Alright, here we go. Oh, God. Sock puppets and European history. Huh? Just. Bless us. Alright. Those sock puppets never get old.
This need of yours to document everything borders the pathological.
Think of it as being for posterity.
Posterity doesn't care.
Posterity
Now I
can
live
bite
in it.
me.
Alright, well, this is your chance. Tell us your story. Convince me and the folks at home that you didn't guzzle Betty like a Slurpee.
Oh, if only.
I was born Mercella, daughter of the Count Karnstein in
Mercella.
Styria, a duchy of Austria in 1680. Austria was embroiled in the Great War against the Ottoman Empire, but such things meant little to a wealthy girl. When I was 18, I attended a ball where I was murdered.
Murdered? Whoa! You can't tell it like that, like some boring history lesson. This is dangerous. This is exciting. This is flashback material. I know exactly what we need.
It's probably not exciting to talk about her
You
murder.
don't think perhaps this makes light of my tragic backstory?
Oh, get
Yeah.
over yourself. Come on. Okay, so you were
Get
murdered at a
over
ball.
yourself. See, Laura's so immature in season 1.
Dancing. Oh, how I love balls. Oh, how I love to eat you.
Oh,
Nom nom
geez.
nom 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 nom. Oh,
sock puppets and Elise's
Cruel fate left to blow
impressions and voices.
Okay, what happened next?
Mother raised me.
Mother.
Not my birth mother, but the mother I knew after death. I knew nothing of her except she was very old and very wise, and had pried apart the jaws of death to enact my rescue.
Arise, arise!
What is that?
Lazy thing.
She's got braids.
Now I'm a creature of the night. I can sleep until noon every day.
Is that her Carmilla impression?
The wide world had opened before me in death as it had never been in life. We danced in the mirrored halls of Versailles. We watched the stars whirl over seas no man had named. We saw the birth of a new world in science and philosophy and revolution. Every night was a grand ball, a hunt, a feast. But every 20 years we'd return here and perform a strange ritual. Mother would arrange for me to meet a young girl. I'd be abandoned at a ball, or there'd be a carriage wreck, and some kind stranger and his ward, like a niece or a daughter, would be gallant enough to take me in. Pretty soon, she and I would become fast friends, inseparable. But of course, my new friend would fall ill. I think he recognized the symptoms: strange behavior, weakness of the mind, and before long it would be time for me to rejoin my mother in search of my next friend.
Yo, Liquid Diet, you aren't exactly making a case for us not being a kidnapper here.
I was never an abductor, I was a lure. And that's how I met Elle. It was 1872. The Metropolitan Museum of Art had just opened in New York, and I wanted more than anything to sail to see it, but Maman insisted. The game started off the same. Carriage wreck, promise of shelter, fast friendship. Only this time nothing was a lie.
I heart you so much. No, I heart you so much.
When time came to take Elle to my mother, I couldn't bear to give her up. So I planned our escape and went ahead to make preparations.
Come away with me, and the world shall turn only for us.
But when the time came for Elle to meet me, disaster struck. I had taken great lengths to hide what I was from her, but Mama went to her in secret and revealed my true nature in the most horrifying light. Elle believed me to be a monster and led Mama to where I waited. And so my price for the disobedience was to watch Elle be taken away to some certain doom, and to be sealed in a coffin of blood that I may waste away my long centuries in the dark. For decades I rotted under the earth. And then the war came. The last great war of the modern world. That rent the earth with tanks and mines and bombs. So my punishment came to an end, and I walked off the battlefield in Austria to greet the 20th century. Mama found me in Paris in the 1950s and didn't have the heart to re-enter me. I was of more use here, where the details had changed, but the game had not. I was to meet girls and make friends and see to it that the blossoms were ready to be plucked when Mama decided.
So you went right back to abducting girls?
No, I pretended to go along. I had no choice. But I ruined opportunities where I could. I sent girls fleeing back to the safety of mothers and fathers in fallback schools. There can be great satisfaction in small revenges. And I never knew what use Mama had for the girls. It was always a secret she'd kept from me, but I could afford to bide my time, so I watched and I waited until I had learned what I had truly been a part of all along. But I had betrayed Elle too before she betrayed me. All too tragic. for sock puppets.
So you've been helping girls escape.
And I can.
Did you help Betty?
No.
So someone that she knew, someone that she thought was her friend, was really a vampire. And they took her for your mother.
Yes.
Probably will.
Okay, so we find your mother and we get our friends back. What's so funny? We caught you.
Yeah, and as humiliating as that was, it doesn't change the fact that my mom will scoop out your eyeballs and serve them in martinis. You're already terrified of her.
Already? What do you mean already? I've never met your mom.
Yeah, of course you have. She's the dean.
I mean, that wasn't really surprising, was it? After that conversation they had in the hallway? I mean, the first time I watched this, I was like, is that her mother? Or her sire? You know, that was my thought. So, alright. So, that's the 20 episodes. I'll have to see. I might be able to finish this next week. Season 1 anyway. We'll see. I'm anxious to get through it because the sooner I get through it, the sooner we can move on to something new. You know? I really did enjoy doing that Black Mirror live reaction the other day, and so I'm kind of pumped to do more live reactions, you know, new stuff. So far I've only been doing live things for like trailers and for the stuff on Kinda TV. So I might have to think of a new show. Guys, give me suggestions, really. This phone is killing me. So yeah, give me some ideas. I am going to go now, and I am going to spend my day editing and uploading and fun things. You know what to do. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you have ideas for new shows for me to do, give me a comment, okay? Alright. I will see you. What's today? I will see you. What's going on with my hands? I don't know. I will see you Thursday. Okay? Have a good week, days, stuff.